Hello, brothers and sisters. The title of the message today is Song of Solomon, chapter 9, God who needs his people, number 1. All beautiful you are, my darling. There is no flaw in you. Come with me from Lebanon, my bride. Come with me from Lebanon. Descend from the crest of Amana, from the top of Sinai, the summit of Hermon, from the lion's den and the mountain haunts of the leopards. You have stolen my heart, my sister, my bride. You have stolen my heart with one glance of your eyes, with one jewel of your necklace. How delightful is your love, my sister, my bride. How much more pleasing is your love than wine, and the fragrance of your perfume than any spice. Your lips drop sweetness as the honeycomb, my bride. Milk and honey are under your tongue. The fragrance of your garments is like that of Lebanon. You are a garden locked up, my sister, my bride. You are a spring enclosed, a sealed fountain. Your plants are an orchard of pomegranates with choice fruits, with henna and nard and saffron, the calamus and cinnamon, with every kind of incense tree, with myrrh and aloe, and all the finest spices. You are a garden fountain, a well of flowing water streaming down from Lebanon. Awake, north wind, and come south wind. Blow on my garden, that its fragrance may spread abroad. Let my lover come into his garden and taste its choice fruits. Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 7 through 16. When Lord called us, he called us according to his wish and purpose. So we have to go to the Lord inevitably and essentially. And when Lord looks at those who are included in himself, he had no other way but to say, all beautiful you are, my darling. There's no flaw in you. When he looked at people who are included in himself, he told them words as if he looked at himself. Suppose he called us not himself, but with something else he cannot say about ourselves with himself. Things that are in himself are actually himself. Things that are not ourselves cannot exist in myself. If it's not my life, it cannot exist in myself. If it's not water, it cannot exist in the water. Like the same manner, if it's not myself, it cannot exist in myself. When Lord calls us into himself, he called us with himself. Therefore, when we talk about ourselves, we have to talk about ourselves first. If not, we cannot talk. This is Lord's calling us in his purpose. According to the temperaments of the Lord, our destiny will be decided. According to his temperaments, because he called us into himself. So according to his temperaments, our destiny is decided. My destiny cannot be decided according to my temperaments, but Lord's. Why did the Lord have to explain about ourselves according to his temperaments? He had no other way but to explain about ourselves according to his temperaments. Whatever God may say, he cannot explain about ourselves, only according to his temperaments, and this is the blessing for us. When God created Adam, he put Christ as Adam's purpose because Christ is the only criteria of Adam. We cannot explain Adam without Christ. Adam's destiny was already decided. Without destiny, Adam's life could not be explained. People cannot answer for the question, who am I? People cannot explain about Adam without using Christ as his absolute criteria. People cannot explain about Adam without Christ because Christ is the essence of Adam. I cannot explain about myself without my destiny. When I was born possessing my destiny. The fact that I was born in this world, I was born possessing my destiny. The fact that I am existing in this world, I'm existing in this world with my destiny. No life can exist without destiny. Only in destiny I myself can be discovered at the present time. Nothing in the world can exist without destiny. God is getting hold of every creature in the whole universe. Is God getting hold of all creatures as if we get hold of tools in our hands? It doesn't mean that. As God himself is the destiny of all creatures, God is holding up all creatures as their destiny. They all can exist in their destiny. Let's think about it with the example of automobile. Automobiles was made in its destiny. Without that destiny, automobile cannot exist. If the automobile gets away from its destiny, it cannot be called as automobile. The name automobile was given in its destiny. A machine that must run, that is the destiny of the automobile. In that destiny, people talk about the functions of that automobile is no good, or the function of their automobile is so good. It consumes a lot of gas, or it consumes just a little bit of gas. Apart from its destiny, we cannot say it has good gas mileage or bad mileage. Or it's expensive or it's inexpensive. In the destiny of a running machine, it can be called as expensive or inexpensive. We have so many tape recorders in front of me now. They have the destiny and function of recording and playing sound. So in that destiny of recording and playing, they will decide they're expensive or inexpensive. Just those machines themselves, they cannot judge whether they are expensive or cheap. We ourselves also, we have no other way but to be discovered in our own destiny. All things in the world are the same. There is nothing that can be discovered apart from the destiny. Their value is decided in their destiny, and names are decided also. Lord explains about us using his own temperaments because he called us into himself, and he himself becomes our destiny. My being is discovered in my destiny, how much I have become matured with what kind of content I can talk about. But apart from the destiny, whatever I may say, it is empty words like the fluffy clouds up in the air. Those celestial bodies are floating somewhere in the universe, but they have their own destiny. Without a destiny, they cannot float up in the air. There must be a certain limit. They are held up by the limit. There is the world of universal gravitation. There is the limit also. In that limit, those celestial bodies are held up. They can be explained in the limit. Leaving that limit, they cannot be existed. If any celestial body leaves that limit, they will be destroyed right away. If they lose their position, or if their position disappear, they cannot exist. The reason Lord calls us into himself is because he discovered us in himself. Until the day breaks and the shadows flee, I'll go to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of incense. The reason why Lord explains about us using himself is because Lord is looking us who is included in himself. If I have bright eyesight, I'll explain everything in front of me as clearly as possible. The content of the explanation will be decided according to the brightness of my eyes. According to the brightness of my eyes, those things in front of me will possess the unique value. The description about the shape and the color of the object will be decided according to my eyesight. Suppose I suddenly lose my eyesight, those objects will lose all the value. Lord said, "You are so beautiful, you don't have any defects." In fact, there is no defect in God only, in the Lord only. But the Lord says, "You are so beautiful, you don't have any defects." It was because of his love. The Bible said there is no fear in love. There is no defect in love. There is no defect at all in love. If there is defect, love can be destroyed. So in the perfect love, there is only beautiful and pure things can exist. You are purely beautiful and there is no defect. God says the same thing to Jesus. At the same time, it's the beauty of God himself. When Lord talks about ourselves, it is appearance of Lord himself. He talks to us with his own appearance because he loves us already. My lover, you are purely beautiful, you have no defect. When parents look at children, all children look so beautiful because parents are in love. If there is no love of parents, children will not look beautiful. But as parents look children in love, you are pure and beautiful. When Lord looks at us with a love that he shed his own blood on the cross, other people may say it's a nuisance. They may say you are ugly and you are wrong. But for the Lord who paid the price of his death will surely say, you are pure and beautiful. I paid the price with my own blood. Other people may think it's worthless, but for the one who paid the price with his own blood, you are so valuable like my own life. As Lord paid the price with his own blood, he thinks you are as valuable as my own life. My love, you are purely beautiful. You have no defect. Lord himself loves us. You covered me up in your eyes. You are purely beautiful. There is no defect at all. My bride, let's walk together in Lebanon. Let's go to the Lebanon together. Lord used the term first, my bride. As she was so beautiful, Lord fell in love with her, and she became a bride. If God doesn't need people, we cannot become his lover. But God needs me. God needs us. God doesn't need us not as something, but needs as his life. So many people think God needs us as something, objectified things. So many people misunderstand God doesn't need us as some object, but he needs us as his body. He needs us as his life. I need my hand. It's different from other need as some object. My hand is my life. He needs us as his bride. God created man with the soil, breathed the breath of life into his nostril, as God needs us with his eternal management of the whole universe. Without becoming his image, God cannot be revealed. God really needs his people. God created all creatures as his image, but especially he made people. He said, let us create man according to our image and likeness. As God created all creatures as his image to reveal his temperaments and images. But people is revealing God with their character. Therefore, when God wants to reveal his character without people, it is impossible. If God wants to reveal his divinity, he needs angels. But when he needs to reveal his character without people, he cannot do anything. Come with me from Lebanon, my bride. Come with me from Lebanon. Lebanon is the prairie. Let's go together from the prairie, from the lower land to the higher land gradually. Let's go together. When he came to the world, he came down to the manger. That is the Lebanon. Let's go together from Lebanon, from the manger. Suppose God said, let's go from heaven. How can you go together? Nobody can go together. As he said, let's go together from the manger. Anybody can go together. Nobody would say, I cannot go together. It's possible for anybody. Anybody can approach to him. Come with me from Lebanon, my bride. Come with me from Lebanon. From prairie, let's go up to the mountain. So anybody can go. Suppose God said, come up to the peak of the mountain first. Who can go up to there suddenly? One time I went to the Mount Chiak in Korea. I went up to the peak of the mountain. I had a hard time going up to the peak. It looked easy when I started from the lower place. Suppose I looked at the peak first, I could have fainted. Going up to the Sorak mountain is the same. Suppose I looked up peak, which is 1,700 meters high. Who can go up there? But as we keep walking like the prairie, but as time goes by, we can reach to the peak. Come with me from Lebanon, my bride. Come with me from Lebanon. Lord came down and pulled us up. He's not calling us from the heaven. He's going through Lebanon holding our hands. Anybody can go. It is not too steep. Anybody can go up thousands of miles, but if it is too steep, we cannot go up there. If we think about the Tibet highland, Korean mountains are not that high. But for the resident of Tibet, it is just like the flat land. They can drive their car to the highland. They don't think about whether they are living in the highland or prairie. Come with me from Lebanon, my bride. Come with me from Lebanon. As the Lord leads us from the manger, even though he may take us to heaven, we don't think it is too high. Even though we are going up to the peak, we don't know whether we can reach to the peak or not. Lord, lead us with tender heart. From the prairie, lambs start from home, and as they graze grass, they unconsciously reach to the peak. They don't run fast, but as they graze grass, they reach to the peak. When we were little, we climbed the low mountain at the back of our village, and unconsciously we would reach to the peak of the mountain. As we eat edible herb and we reach to the peak unconsciously, as the Lord calls us from Lebanon, anybody can go up there. Lord is in the manger. He was born in the manger in Bethlehem. If we think the place where the Lord is staying as our present address, we'll feel comfortable. But if we don't think the place where Lord is staying as our present address, we'll say, ruin and misery mark our ways always. When Adam looked at Christ, he's staying at the lowest place, too humble place. That's why they could not go up there. As Lord leads us from the Lebanon, he's so wise. He puts us in his life and take us there. We can go up there to him without feeling burdensome. Come with me from Lebanon, my bride. Come with me from Lebanon. Descend from the crest of Amana, from the top of Sinir, the summit of Hermon. from the lion's den, and the mountain haunts the leopards. The summit of Hermon is the high mountain. Look down from the lion's den and the mountain of leopards. We don't know when she went up there, but now you can look down. Leopards and lions are our enemies who try to kill us. As they made their den in the middle part of the mountain, we could not run away. We could not avoid. If we meet them, we will surely die. But if we go up to the peak of the mountain and look them down, it becomes so easy. Fighting against our enemies becomes so easy. If you go up to the summit, it is so easy to fight. If you conquer the height first, killing enemies who are climbing up is so easy. But from the bottom to conquer the height is so difficult. If there is just one soldier on the height and 10 soldiers down on the bottom, it is difficult to kill that one soldier on the height. That's why all soldiers risk their life to conquer the height. In Korea, there is White Horse Height near DMZ. South Korean army recaptured after shedding so much blood. The height was captured by North Korean communists before, because by conquering the height first, South Korean army could occupy so much prairie area. They could occupy all the prairie areas looking down from the height. It is so difficult to occupy from the lower land toward the highland. The summit of Hermon, from the lion's den and the mountain haunts of the leopards. No matter how hard we may try, we may pray, we may try so hard, it is difficult to conquer our enemies who are in the higher land. We cannot defeat enemies who are in the height. Satan already went up to the highest peak. Satan can hide himself so well. How can I defeat him? Let's suppose one man can conceal himself so well, and his enemies cannot conceal himself. Who can win the battle? Enemies can see me, but I cannot see my enemy. I'm revealed before the enemy's sight. The one who is revealed will be surely defeated. During the World War II, the reason Japanese people were defeated was Japanese people were exposed. Before, U.S. Army, because U.S. Army had the radar system, but Japanese people did not have the radar system. So Japanese people could never beat American Army. So Japanese Navy was completely destroyed in Midway War. Whenever the Japanese Army moved, the American Army could be dispatched in the right time and the right place. So Japanese people could not defeat the American Army, who are well equipped with the radar system. If we don't know about our enemy, we cannot fight against our enemies. If we love the world, we cannot defeat Satan and his kingdom. I'm already wrapped up with the world. How can I defeat the world if I don't love the world? I can defeat the world. If I don't go together with the Lord, I cannot discover the enemy. People think, what's that important? But it is so important in the Lord. Lord doesn't allow even a little thing of the world into himself. It is so important. We may think, what's that so important? Lord cannot do anything random in the world. The summit of Hermon, from the lion's den and the mountain haunts of the leopards. If we don't go up to the highest place, we cannot win the war against Satan and his kingdom. Thank you. Hallelujah. May God bless every one of you. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you.